What is up YouTube? I am Eric and you are watching Retro Video Game Pickups. In this video we are talking about emulation and why I prefer not to do it. So if you like games, consoles, or product reviews, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification. With that being said, let's hop into it. Emulation is one of those things that's highly debated, and I feel like every once in a while I'll make a video and someone will just comment, just emulate it bro, or use an emulator, don't buy the games, and I have problems with that. So this video is going to be all about why I personally don't like to emulate games, whether it's the illegal aspect or the legal aspect of it. I will dig into that a little bit more, but I kind of feel like this is kind of pointless. Like, I hate when people are like, just emulate the games. First off, these games are meant to be played on their original hardware, on their original TVs, which you could say a CRT like this one is perfect for that, but I feel like that's the way to play it. That's the most natural way to play it. It feels the best, and I think overall that just makes it wonderful. So like, I've got a ton of games on my wall, and one thing I like to do, and especially I've been doing it lately, is I'll just go up to the wall, have no clue what I'm gonna play, and just grab a game, sit down for maybe 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, and just have some fun. It doesn't have to be the best game, it doesn't have to be everything that I ever wanted, but it is a way to just kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy those games from yesteryear, basically. All those nostalgic games that I loved back in the day, even some games I haven't played. But for me, if you're emulating, it's kind of something you can't do. You're just looking at a screen with titles, and for me, if I go to, say, my Xbox original games, which I currently have been playing on Tik Tok, if you haven't followed me there, go check it out. I do some stupid stuff, funny stuff, things that I probably wouldn't do on this channel. So I've been doing kind of mini reviews within a minute. I've been taking a random game off the shelf, going and sitting down and playing it, and if I didn't have that shelf to go and grab those games at, maybe I wouldn't pick up a game like Celebrity Deathmatch, which I recently talked about, and play. Just if I saw that in a list, I would see it and be like, no, I'm not playing that. But I saw the artwork and I saw how ridiculous it was, and it just kind of made me think, okay, let's go ahead and dig into this. Let's see if this game is worth it, or is it just a waste of time. So I want to talk about that for sure. The games on a list, I could have a hard drive with thousands of thousands of thousands of games that I would never play, and for me that just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like something I want to do. Now I want to say I do have a retro Pi, or a Pi with games on it that I could emulate. I have an 8-bit Do controller that's Bluetooth that I could use wirelessly and play the games, but for me it just doesn't feel right. Now let's getting down to the legal thing. Downloading ROMs is illegal in at least the United States, and I don't condone that, so don't go out and do that. If you want to, that's on you, but I'm not telling you to do that at all. However, if you legally have a game that's, say, Diddy Kong Racing on the Nintendo 64, and you have a way to legally take the ROM off of this game and put it on your computer, a Raspberry Pi, something like that, that's actually 100% legal because you own that copy of the game. Now, I'm not telling you legal advice, so don't take this at 100% because I am no lawyer. I'm just some nerd that plays video games. And so, for me, I just tend to play the games. I don't have any problem with grabbing this game, Diddy Kong Racing, and grabbing my Nintendo 64 and hooking it up and playing it. It's pretty easy and it's still pretty fun. Now for me, I think the feel of playing the game is the total reason why I don't just emulate, or why I don't like to emulate. Because if you can grab that controller in your hand, you know, okay, this is an original Xbox controller, PlayStation 2 controller, Nintendo 64 controller, whatever controller it is, you know you put that disc in that system or the cartridge, you can sit down, play it, and have a ton of fun. And that's not taking anything away from it. So there's no extra lag, which might happen because you have a wireless controller. Maybe the lag because of the ROM, maybe the emulator itself. And so I don't like to emulate games. Now, yes, it can be done. And actually a lot of people, when they have YouTube channels, they emulate the games. That way they can have it in the highest resolution and put it on their videos. However, that's not what I like to do. I don't enjoy doing that. So what do? I have a caption card that works HDMI. And so I have an adapter from a RCA cable to a HDMI. And I play it that way. I enjoy it. It's a ton of fun. And that's kind of why I don't need an emulator. I have one with my Raspberry Pi, everything there, but I just don't see myself playing it. I would 100% rather walk up to the game shelf and grab a game and sit down and play it. And so that's why I think this is bugging me. And I don't know why I all of a sudden want to talk about this, but this is something that I hear way too much in the retro gaming community, and I don't know why. Now, I understand if gaming is all you want to do and you want to just buy or get the ROM however way you get it and play it, but if you're like a collector and you collect games, I feel like just emulating it is kind of a waste of time. It makes your collection kind of a waste, and it means you just don't enjoy that game. You're not going to bring that game off the shelf if you've got a digital copy at your hands, maybe even on your cell phone. You can emulate games on your cell phone, and if you have a wireless controller, why do you need that console? But that's not something I like to do. I love going up to that game shelf, grabbing a game, sitting down, playing whatever. The other day, I was playing like Nickelodeon Party Blast on the Xbox original. That's not a good game. Some people might like it, but I don't feel like that's a game that I want to revisit. But I did play it, and I had some fun, I guess. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. It's basically a Mario Party knockoff. So that is what it is. But had I not seen that Nickelodeon cover, I wouldn't have played it. So emulation, I feel like, is overrated. Everyone loves to talk about it, but it just doesn't really have... it's whatever. The games, yes, it's cheaper if you emulate because, well, you don't have to pay for it. But that's kind of pointless. I feel like I would rather have a game where I can play it. Play it at any time. I don't have to worry about the system not working. All my systems work. I take care of them. And the games, I take care of all of those. I've got a disk resurfacer if I need that. And so I feel like just emulating is kind of the cheating way of playing this, and I don't really like that. So that's kind of why I wanted to talk about this. Emulation is a thing, but it's not for me. So I feel like this is one of those things that a lot of people like to talk about. Oh, I emulate my games, blah, blah, blah. Especially if you go anywhere like Reddit and you post a picture or something, a video game retro related, people are like, just emulate it, it's way better. I feel like that takes away from all of retro gaming. It takes away the fun, it takes away the nostalgia, and I feel like it's just kind of the lazy way to do it. So I don't like emulating games, but I guess it's up to preference, really. For me, I don't think it's as fun. Whenever I have that list, it's just words on a screen, like I said. And for me, I love sitting down right at my CRT TV, plopping down on the chair and playing some video games. So I want to know what you think about this. Comment down below. Do you emulate games? Do you not emulate games? And why is that you do that? Whether you do or don't, I don't care. That's okay. That is up to you 100%. You could emulate all your games. You could not emulate all your games. That's up to you. I'm not going to tell you one way or the other. But I want to just know what you think about it. I've heard this a lot, and it's just something I finally said, hey, let's talk about this. Let's see why I choose not to do that. That physical touch with that original controller, the original disc or cartridge, going into the system, hooking up the system to my CRT, all of that stuff just takes me back to that time period, maybe is what it is. It makes me comfortable or relaxed. I don't know what it is, but for me, that's how it is. So comment down below and let me know. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you know when I post more videos, which is every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And one more time, thank you so much for watching. Now, if you've watched this far and you haven't checked out my TikTok, it's absolutely dorky and fun and hilarious, and it's just stuff that I wouldn't talk about on this channel. So go check that out if you haven't already. But one more time, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you have a good day.